Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the DX Gatrike phone from Kamen Rider Saber. And this is another kind of role-play item into action figure vehicle that we've seen from Rider in the past. Saw something very similar from both 01 and Build. Actually those two were actually very similar to each other. But in any case, here we have this kind of weirdly shaped smartphone that turns into this trike vehicle, which I think actually looks kind of neat. I think this says that it has 10 phrases. I'm not 100% sure about that, but we'll check it out. Over here on this side, you have a picture of Blades riding it. He's the one who primarily rides it in the show. And then over here on this side, they show Saber riding it. I don't think we've ever seen Saber ride it in the show because he has his own bike. But I guess they're just showing you that the action figures can ride it. I think we've actually seen Espada ride one of these in the show. I don't know if it's exactly the same or not, but I would assume it's fairly similar. I would assume any of the action figures would be able to ride it. I mean, there's nothing special to it. You just sit them on top of it. So it's not really anything special, but should be usable by any of the action figures. But again, it's just showing how it transforms, has the different sound effects and everything, and then shows the two action figures riding it. So not too much going on the back here, but I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the box, and we'll take a closer look. So here is the Gatrike phone. It's kind of a weird shape. To me, it kind of looks like a head. Like if this is the head and then it kind of comes down to the neck down here. Just a little bit of a weird shape. And it's definitely got a ton of bike kibble hanging off the back. But honestly, if you have the new iPhone, this probably looks normal. These are just the 3 cameras. So looking at the front, you can see you got all kinds of apps. Looks like gaming, probably navigation, mail, camera, phone, weather, calendar, clock, all kinds of stuff. None of these do anything. This is just a sticker. There's only one button here, but you can cycle through the phrases. I think it said that there's 16 phrases. Let me double check this again. In this mode, there are, 16 phrases, so that's pretty impressive. So that's just it ringing. I love how he has 2 males, so it says got twice. So now it's got. And if you hit it again, it just cycles back to the beginning. So that's pretty much it for the phone portion, but I feel like that's pretty good. I mean, it's got a decent amount of phrases there. You have a couple different characters responding, so I think that's kind of fun. Transformation, very simple. We'll go ahead and fold this in half, and it'll immediately start playing some sounds. So there you go. You have that kind of transformation sound there. When you go and just fold that in half, it clicks into place, as you can see there. You're going to slide this front wheel down. There's a track. And then you're going to flip this around like so. Doesn't really click into place. I kind of wish it did, but it just kind of sits there. And then you just lift up the handlebars a little bit. And there you go. There is the trike mode. I think it actually looks pretty cool. I feel like the phone mode suffers more. With this, you really can't even tell that it used to be a phone, and I kind of prefer that. If I was going to have one of the 2 modes suffer, I would rather it be the phone mode. I feel like a lot of times with these like phone into vehicle items, you get a really blocky, goofy looking bike because it's just a square rectangle from the phone with wheels on it. It kind of looks weird and out of place. But I feel like this one actually kind of works. I actually like the look of this. I mean, you can see the little bit of rectangle down here where the batteries go. This is where you pull the tab out. The batteries are included. But I actually think it looks kind of neat. I mean, it's got a little bit of nice orange paint here. You got some gold on the side. Nothing on this side. I kind of wish there was a little bit on this side. But you do have the machine guns, the Gatling guns molded in there. A little bit of gold paint up top as well. Now there's a button right here in the front, and you can get 3 sounds in the bike mode. So you have some cool Gatling gun sound effects there. I guess I should start calling it a trike instead of a bike, because obviously it's 3 wheels, so apologize for that. But yeah, 3 pretty cool sounds there. It rolls pretty well, actually. Let's go ahead and see. We'll bring Blades in, and we'll see how well he sits on it. Now, I'm obviously thinking I'm going to have to do something with this, right? Because does the directions mention... they do not. They just show him sitting on it. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess this will just... Does this come off? This is something I never even really considered I would need to worry about. You can kind of move it. Let's try that. This one can go up. So, yeah, let me put the driver back on. So I guess just move that off to the side, and then that thing can sit on the back like that. I feel like it's really low to the ground, though, for RKF figures. I don't know. Would they? I would assume with a trike, you kind of lean back, or would you put your feet like this? I don't know. I've never ridden a motorcycle or a trike, so I couldn't tell you, but I guess you'd probably put your feet back like this, and then that could rest a little bit like that. That's not terrible. It just feels like he's a little too big for it. I gotta be honest. I feel like maybe this would fit a Soto or Shoto maybe a little better. Let's see. Do I have anyone handy? Well, I have this Batman figure. Let's see. How does that look? I feel like that's a little better. Unfortunately, I can't. Can I turn? Yeah, I can turn his arms. Let's do this. Would this fit on here? And it's not wanting to cooperate, but just to give you an idea, I feel like that does work a little better. So I'll be interested to see when I eventually get the Soto set. I guess I should say I do have it. I just haven't put it together yet. So we'll see how Soto Blades matches up when I finally put that together. But I don't know, the RKF figures just feel a little too big for it. It works, but they just seem a little too big. So all in all, this thing is alright. I think the phone mode is okay. It definitely looks weird. It doesn't really look that great as a phone with the weird shape and all of the wheels hanging off the back. But I do like the phrases that you get. I mean, 16 phrases is definitely more than I expected for this, so I'm pretty impressed with that. I do think the trike itself looks pretty cool. I like the paint applications. I like the design, the little Gatling guns on the front. You get some cool sound effects with this mode as well. So I do really like the look of the trike, and I like that for once the trike's aesthetic kind of took precedence over the phone side, because a lot of times, like I said previously, when you have a phone into a bike, the bike ends up being just a rectangle with wheels on the end, and it kind of looks stupid. But I actually think as a trike, this thing looks pretty cool. I do feel like the RKF figures are a little too big for it. I mean, they work, they sit on it, and it's not ridiculous. But I think the Soto figures might fit a little bit better, just because I feel like a 4-inch figure, as we saw with that Batman I tried to use, just is in a little bit better proportion to the size of this trike. I think it'll work for RKF, but I just feel like they're a little too big. If there was like a 4.5-inch figure, I feel like that would probably be the perfect middle point to actually work with this and be a really good scale with this. I don't know if Soto is going to do the bikes. Usually we get some kind of EX set with the big robot, which would be, I guess, the Arthur robot in this case, and the bike. But since they have 2 different bikes this year, I don't know if they'll do like a bike set and not do the robot, or do the robot and the 2 bikes, or just do the robot and the 1 bike. Time will tell. We'll have to wait and see. But I think this is kind of neat. I think if you bought one of these and tried to use it with Soto figures, it would probably be pretty good as far as scale goes, but I can understand if you want to wait and see what Soto does, because I can't remember exactly how much this costs, but with it having sound effects, I would assume it's probably more than whatever Soto will do, but you also don't have to put any stickers on it, so there is that. I think this thing is okay. Do you absolutely need this? Probably not. It's up to you if you've been buying the RKF figures and you want to go ahead and give them this bike. I think this bike is more successful than the Daigo Speedy Wonder Ride book, although that wasn't bad. I think this one is a little bit neater. Obviously, this has no functionality or connectivity with the sword driver, so there's that trade-off as well. So it's kind of just what's more important to you. Would you rather have, you know, the bike that turns into the book, kinda, and has functionality with the driver, or would you rather just have a good bike that kind of has some like phone mode functionality? I feel like neither of them is perfect, but they're both good in their own ways. But you let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Which one do you prefer, the Daigo Speedy or the Gatrike phone? Let me know what you think. Also, let me know if you think I'm off base, if these guys scale better than I think they do with the RKF, or if you think Soto will be better. So let me know your opinions down in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.